Hello Virgos, how you doing? Welcome to your energy reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 28th of September through to the 5th of October. Messages from energy that came out this week here was the shift has happened. The conscious shift has happened. There's no turning back. You can't undo what you know. And it's stepping forward into it. The proof of the pudding. The proof of the pudding is in the eating of life, and so getting into it is, living life is really important. That's all on the message from energy. We also did the elements as well. We're going to be looking at water and fire within your Astroflower as we go forward. So a slight change of a setup for this week here. So I hope you like the new sort of like format. It's a little bit going back to the old format as well. But yes, in the meantime, in the first instance, we're going to be getting a chakra sequencing, and then we're going to be going into the messages from energy and pulling a few cards. A quick message to Olivia. Sorry, I can't find your question that was posed. Maybe join us on the live on Sunday night and you can ask that question and I will answer it then. But I've been looking through the videos and haven't been able to see your question. So please do join us on the live on the Sunday night. That's at 9:30 UK time in the evening. So wherever you are in the world, and I will answer it then. I do apologize about that. Let's just get on to your chakra sequencing, shall we, Virgos? So here we go. We've got the central energy, the neutral energy. Now we've got the crown and the root. This seems to be really, it seems to be you're very much in line with energy at the moment. And it does seem to be almost compressing you. You're maybe feeling a little bit of pressure that's coming in from your life here. And it's almost as if like on your Astroflower, you get this sort of fiery energy that comes through here that's sort of like putting a bit of the pressure on the here and now. We'll look at that in a minute. But the crown and the root are definitely, they're very, very present. So that's all about your raison d'etre, the pathway that you should be leading in your life. And it seems to be well defined. And it's sometimes Virgos, you try and do everything perfectly. And perfection doesn't exist, and you've got to remember that. And because it doesn't exist, enjoying the moment and being flexible, which you're very good at, and adapting to the situations, I think is really important. But that going off on your pathway seems to be very sort of present within your life at the moment. Okay, where's it moving on to? It moves on to the solar plexus here. Yes, it's going to ask for a bit of determination, and this can sometimes be a little bit difficult for you, Virgo, of getting things across the line. Finding the point, the full stop to a situation. And I think this is where you need to be a little bit more stringent with yourself more than anything else. Listening to that solar plexus will help you do that. Where does it move on to from there? It goes on to the throat and the third eye. The third eye is definitely looking out. It's looking for opportunities within the world around you. It's paying attention to what is going on so you can adapt instantly to what is happening. The throat chakra is much more sort of light, actually. It's much more sort of, it's not so stringent. It's much more sort of using your charm, which you've got an enormous amount of, Virgo, using your charm and your erudite aspect of your words, your word mastery, to help sort of free up any complications within your life, sort of, grease the wheels of the machinery of life, as it were. Okay, where's it moving on to now? It moves on to the heart chakra. I think this is really, and it also plays into the sacrum as well. I think this is like, once you start walking down that pathway, once you start doing something, I think this is where you're going to realize that actually I'm getting on and I'm getting results, and you're getting the fundamental things in place. It's starting to take shape, as it were. Absolutely beautiful. And then it goes back to the crown and the root again. And it seems to be all about the pathway that you should be leading at the moment. So let's just get a few messages from the energy. But before we do, let's just have a quick look at the elements that are within your Astroflower. So as I said, we're looking at fire and water combinations. And you do have a little bit of fire in here. This is that pressure that's coming into your life here. That once you get a bee in your bonnet, Virgo, you've really got a bee in your bonnet. You want it, and it's like your passions are being, I want to do this and I don't want to do that. And rather than saying it, just go ahead and do it. If people have got a problem with it, it's their problem, not yours, in a way. You need to get things finalized. You need to get things nailed down, as it were. That's what the feeling I get out of it more than anything else. Okay, you do get a bit of fire here down on this section here, and this is all to do with the synchronicities or the networking with the outside world here, with the world that is around you. So I think there's a passionate about of exploring, and that's that third eye aspect of sort of like seeing things and being really astute about what opportunities there are for you in the world. You do have this water that comes in here, cardinal water that comes in from Cancer, which is the connection from your past and your future. And you do have this fixed water that comes in on the emotional side. And I think this is where you're sort of on the emotional sort of side, sort of saying, I'm getting on and doing. Don't disturb me. I'm getting on and doing, as it were. Okay, let's just get a bit of the images or the messages from general energies. Now, this is this petal here, the inner sanctum for you on petal 6. Let's just see what's going on with the general energies here. It's a little bit like, the white rabbit out of Alice in Wonderland scenario. We're late, we're important, it's very late, got to get on, got to get moving, got to get moving. And sometimes when you're moving a little bit too fast, you actually end up taking more time than it needs to, because you're sort of worrying and running around. If you can simplify things and to, what is only productive for your pathway, and do not get distracted, I think this is where you're going to be a lot more productive in your life, and therefore it's going to cause you a lot less stress with the general energies. And it's recognizing the goal of where you should be going. Let's just see where that goes on to. It's like classic sort of Indiana Jones sort of style of film. It's like you're going through a mine, you're mining through a mountain, and it's like you're coming out the other side of the mountain, but the hole is coming out in the middle of a cliff, and it's like you're just coming through and kind of and taking off. It's absolutely brilliant, really. But you've got to sort of that's where the streamlining comes in on the third eye more than anything else. That's what it seems to be. Let's just see what's going on the financial side and see what's happening there. I get someone who's being very precise about what they're buying from the market. So basically what you're applying for in the way of a job, or how you're directing your business or your projects, there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot on the market stand, but you're sort of saying, no, I want that pepper there, not that pepper there. I want that pepper there. Or I want that sort of zucchini there and not that one there, that courgette there and not that one there. Whatever it is, it seems to be you're being very precise about, your acquisitions. You should be very precise in your acquisitions. Should be very precise in what sort of things you're bringing into your career path or your business or your projects, and not just buying a whole load of different things and then seeing what you can use. It's knowing beforehand before you go into a situation, and it's like you've got this sort of like a satchel, and within the satchel, you know what you've got there, and you know what you need in order to complement what you've got. Um, and you're not wasting your time looking at everything. You're really being precise about what you want. That's where the perfection is really good for you and works very, very well for you. Okay. It does play into that fire. It does play into the how you put your passions into life. Do not allow your passions to burn you, Virgo, and so you get a burn, and you get a burnout. Um, you want to be very precise of how you put your passions into life. Let's just see what's going on in that connection with the outside world. Temperance, patience. Yeah, this is what I mean about sort of like that, the white rabbit scenario of trying to do too much too quickly, too quickly, too quickly, sort of scenario. It's if you're very clear in your vision of what you're actually after, you're going to save a lot of time when you're going about getting the results for your business or your project or your career path. How's it play into your future? Look at that. You get the star card there, and that's that whole idea of sort of like coming through that out of a mine into the beautiful sunshine. There's an ultimate goal for you to be achieved here, reaching for your stars. As I said, sort of saying, no, I want to do this. And there is this sort of degree of how you do that. And this is where you need to be a little bit more sort of flexible in your verbal of how you communicate with people that are around you. Yeah, you do need to be determined about it. Look at that. You get the Seven of Wands. Seven of the Wands is revelation for you. And it's revealing to you the pathway. And you do have to fight for it. You do have to fight for it, Virgo. No one's going to give it to you free of charge here. And I think you're going to enjoy that fight for it. It's going to give you a real sort of passion. High Priestess, yes, she's the High Priestess. She's a master over the spiritual, emotional side of life, where the Hierophant is the spiritual master over the physical sort of side. And this is where I think you can use your emotions and your dexterity within your communication in order to open doors. And I think that plays into the beautiful sort of temperance card energy that you get down there with the in connection with the outside world. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side here. I get someone that's it's like you desperately want a relationship to work, and you, I want to say that you're not getting the returns that you are putting into it. You seem to be putting in a lot more than what you're getting out of it. And I think with you putting a lot more into what you're getting out of it, it's not that you're disappointed. I almost feel like that it's distracting you from this ultimate goal on your financial side. And it could be, writing a book, starting a YouTube channel, doing a project that really means something to you. And someone seems to be pulling upon you. Yes, you want this relationship to work, or these relationships, and it could be with family, friends, community, whatever it is. You want it to work, but what cost here? It's like it seems to be someone who's just drawing on your attention, which is distracting you from your financial side, and this is making you being hurried on your financial side. And I would be, this is where you need to be straight talking with the world that is around you here more than anything else. I think you need to be honest, straight. I think you need to sort of say, look, I can help you with this, but I can't help you with that. And I can give this input into the relationship, but I can't do this. I think you need to be honest with yourself. That's what I'm getting back here more than anything else in regards to the relationship. I think it's going to encourage other people that are around you to step up to the plate as well, in a very, very good way. It's going to make them empowered as well because you're doing that. Yeah, trusting your inner vision. This is where I don't think you need to be taking advice from the outside world. I think you need to be just going ahead and doing it. As I said earlier on, distraction is going to be the biggest obstacle for you in life. Once you do get past that distraction and you trust your inner vision and your inner sentiment about how a relationship should be done, this is where you get the King of Pentacles, Taurus energy, but at the same time, it's abundance here. It's abundance through knowledge and understanding. I think you've got a lot to give to this relationship in a way, but you don't want to give too much. You don't want to do everything, because otherwise it's just going to be constantly like that, and it's going to be slightly draining for you. Yeah, there is. Just give them the joy, the love, basically, and rather than actually doing things for other people, just being there for other people, I think is going to be very much more rewarding for you than anything else. It does bode incredibly well if you are straight with yourself. And I think that's what the Two of Swords is all about, those decisions to be trusting your inner visions. If you're straight with yourself, you're going to get some straight answers out the back end of it all. And there's a great deal of joy to be had within relationships once a balance is put into place. But don't forget to put yourself first with that Six of Pentacles there. It's really important. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Three of Pentacles on one side, which is ultimate respect. And on the other side, you get the Two of Pentacles, which is seeing what really works for you. And you have that one pentacle there, which is you, right in the middle. It depends on where you put your time and effort. And I think here is efficiency seems to be the key more than anything else. Okay, so there you go, Virgo. Thanking you very much for being here with us. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Don't forget about the messages from energy, also the live that we do on Sunday night. Thanking you very much for subscribing, liking and sharing. Don't forget, when you do subscribe, click that bell. It'd be lovely to see you again on this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.